Hello everyone, welcome to India Defence Institute. So in today's video, we are going to see the Indo-Canada issue which has been in news often recently. So what happened? What led to the situation? Everything we will be seeing in this video. Let's dwell into the video. Yes. Before going to the video, make sure you are subscribing to our channel. Yes. So what happened? What is the actual problem with respect to this Indo-Canada? It all started with killing of this guy. He is none other than Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Yes, he is a pro-Khalistan activist. Sir, what is this pro-Khalistan activist? That is what we are going to see. So this whole issue, the whole tantrum, it all started because of killing of this person. His name is Hardeep Singh Nijjar, and this killing has been alleged that the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has openly gave that there is credible allegations that India has been involved in killing of this person. But on the Indian side, they clearly mentioned that India rejected these allegations. Because the India just said we didn't do anything like this. So this led to the start of this issue. It led to brewing of further rift between India and Canada issue. So for that we have to understand what is this Khalistan movement. This Khalistan movement we can date it back to further during the Indian independence movement. So what happened? We all know during the Indian independence movement it was the Boundary Commission chairman Sir Ratcliffe. He is being tasked with the creation of boundaries between India and Pakistan. At that time, he created a boundary in such a way that the Punjab, which is a majority Sikh population region, it has been divided on one side West Punjab with Pakistan and the East Punjab with India. Because of this, a single majority Punjab with Sikh people together, it has been divided into two parts. This led to the starting of Khalistani movement. So, to be put it in a nutshell, Khalistani is nothing but simply, you see here, a separate sovereign Sikh state in the present day Punjab. So it includes both the western Punjab from Pakistan and eastern Punjab or the present day Punjab from India. They want a land, a homeland which is a Sikh majority land. So that is why in both Pakistan as well as in India there is an opposition, because this will be giving rise to a separatist tendency. This is against the unity and integrity of our nation. And how it all started? It started in 1947 itself, but it reached peak in around 1980s. You can see in Punjab with a person, his name is Jarnail Singh Bhindarwale. So this person is responsible for creating lot of unrest and law and order situation in Punjab in 1980s. Because of that, the central government, the central government and the army has to involve, and at the time the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi strictly ordered that this whole law and order situation has to be taken under control. Hence, the famous operation, you can see one of the most famous operation, and it is famous as well as infamous. Why it is famous? It is one such big operation against a particular community. Why it is infamous? Because it led to the killing of our former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. You see, this Operation Blue Star, conducted in 1984 by the local police and also the Indian Army, is stormed into the Harmandir Sahib, which is nothing but the Golden Temple, and seized and made sure that all the Khalistani activities are being neutralized. Because of that only, further later in 1985, Indira Gandhi was assassinated. Yes, because of this anti and this pro-Khalistan sentiments. And further, to crack down the remaining pro-Khalistan activities, they conducted Operation Black Thunder, which is also a crackdown operation on this Khalistanis. Because of these two operations, the Khalistani activities became more or less neutralized in India. But what happened? We all know, from the independence movement itself, the Sikh immigrants went and settled in the Americas, including USA as well as Canada. Canada as of now is home to around 1.3 million Indian origin persons. In that, around 8 lakh people are said to be Sikh people. Yes, this Khalistani activities has been taken to the other country, and it has been even now nurtured in UK, and also it is there in Canada, because these two populations, these two countries have much more Sikh population and after India, and that is how you see it is continued in the diaspora in Canada as well as UK. Specifically, the hotbed of this pro-Khalistan activity is nothing but Canada, and there is a specific place in Canada called Brampton where it is you can say the headquarters of this pro-Khalistan activities. So that is what this whole Khalistani movement is all about. Then what happened? What led to the situation? Why the allegations have been given on India? Because you can see a lot of the separatist activities and all is happening. You know what? On June 2023, they celebrated this Operation Blue Star anniversary parade, which held in, as I told you, the hotbed Brampton, Ontario, which is in Canada. they justified the killing of Indira Gandhi, saying that if we touch Sikhs, we will kill even though it is a prime minister, we won't hesitate. So this anti-sentiment and this pro-Khalistani sentiment has been nurtured there. This is a very bad sign for India. And you see, this pro-Khalistan referendum also is being conducted by one organization called Seek for Justice. This is one of the pro-Khalistani, which means supporting this Khalistan movement, this specific organization outfit. It has created a pro-Khalistan referendum. It is also been condemned by India from that side. India always accused Canada of saying that Canada is nurturing the Sikh extremism. Even though the Sikh extremism is happening in Canada, still it is affecting the Indian nation integrity. So that is a criticism by India against the Punjab. And you can see again a magazine called Sun Savera magazine, which is based in Toronto. It also glorified the same killing of Indira Gandhi, and this has created a strong base, and this has encouraged others to go for this pro-Khalistan referendum. But even though it is happening in Canada, Brampton, still the ripple effect of this is felt even in India. That's why India and Canada has a strain factor. The strain factor is none other than this Khalistan. So, what is the concern of India? What India says with respect to this? So, the India concerns, as I told always, it's about this Sikh extremism. Because even though it is happening there, the ripple effect is felt here. And you see, most of the time the Canadian authorities are soft because of two reasons. One, Canadian, the Indian origin, Canadian Sikhs, they are much contributing to their economy, first thing. And second thing, recently in the last term, the Liberal Party of Canada. So as of now, the Liberal Party of Canada is in power there. The head of this Liberal Party is none other than the present Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau has created his whole party, and he has, with the support of a new party called New Democratic Party. This NDP party is headed by a person called Jagmeet Singh. So there are also allegations that to support this Jagmeet Singh, since the Sikh support is there for Justin Trudeau only, Justin Trudeau took this as a weapon and he used it against India. There are also voices like that. But beyond that, you won't believe the Sikh population there in Canada has so much influence over Canada that is April month of every year in Canada is announced as Heritage Month for Sikh. Every year, April in Canada is celebrated specifically as a Heritage Month, and lot of contribution the Sikh people are doing in Canada. That is why this has become inevitable. But from the Indian side, it is hurting us, because as I told you, see, this pro-Khalistan referendum is hurting Indian sentiment. It is hurting the Indian unity and integrity. So, what are the impacts of this? Because of this killing and the allegations, this led to another rift in the India-Canada issue. The whole point is that India and Canada share multitude of things. Because of this Khalistan issue, lots of problems creating, and many countries, including G7 country and G20 countries, are worrying about the trend, worrying about the new law which India and Canada are facing. You can see the diplomatic relations have been strained. Both of their countries called their concerned diplomats and ambassadors back. It's called calling back. If a country called back an ambassador from another country to their home country, this is a worrying sign. This is not the right direction. This is not the right way of relationship that is going to continue. And you see next is security implication for India. The soft stance of Canada and openly alleging India as a reason for the killing again, rub salt in the wounds of the people. It will again make sure that their intent for doing this pro-Khalistani activities have been justified because India stopped it. This is also creating a problem. And trade and economy, India and Canada, they are good trading partners. In fact, the bilateral trade relations between India and Canada are so high that it is favorable for India as of now. And India is the 10th largest partner for Canada, and lot of FDI also is coming. And India exports farmers, pulses, gems, pharmacy products. And from return, Canada is exporting back to India. Canada is famous for this paper and pulp industry. Timber, paper and pulp materials have been exported from Canada. So this has been put in a lurch. And you see, reduced cooperation on key issues. India and Canada, even the recently conducted G20 meet, the Canadian Prime Minister came and met India. Canada is part of G7, Canada is part of G20, and as a developed country, Canada also pledged lots of money for this climate change finance. And this counter-terrorism, climate change adoption, mitigation, all these things can be a question mark in the future because of this Khalistani rift. And you see next, potential travel and people-to-people impact. The cultural influence, because I told most of the family members from Punjab, they can find their roots there in Canada. Not only that, Indian students who is going for abroad for education and the business, Indian Canada business, this also been affected. This is again a major problem. And you see long-term bilateral cooperation. Because of this temporary issue, the long-term cooperation has also been affected. This is a worrying trend for all the political analysts, and many political analysts from India are citing a red flag saying that if India and Canada is not ready to address this issue, this is going to create a lot of problem in the future. Yes. So what are the previous tension? An interesting fact is that this is not the first time India and Canada went into loggerheads. Already this kind of things happens. You can see one by one. 1948, Canada supported Kashmiri plebiscite. Yes, initially Canada was supporting the Kashmiri plebiscite. That time itself, India and Canada has a rift. But even though India and Canada officially started their embassy level relationship in 1948 itself. And you see in 1998, when India conducted Operation Shakti, Mission Shakti, the Pokhran 2 test, the nuclear test during Atal Bihari Vajpayee period, Canada openly opposed India, saying that India should not be a nuclear country. Even at the time it went low, but still they had the relationship. And you see next in 1982, this is what an against a new law, because at the time the present day Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's father, Pierre Trudeau, he was the actual Prime Minister at that time. When India asked for this pro-Khalistan activist, his name is Talvinder Singh Parmar, the then Prime Minister, Pierre Trudeau, he actually refused to extradite him, arrest him, and he refused to hand over him to India. This also created a problem between India and Canada. If you can see, from 1980s itself, this Khalistan issue has been brewing. The top point reached at that 1982, and it further again it brewed into the present day, this killing of Harjit Singh Nijjar and the allegations surrounded it. And it went into a new law in 1985 regarding this Air India Kanishka bombing. You can see in this image, this Air India Kanishka, it travelled from Bombay, Delhi to all the way to Canada. Around 396 people died because of a planned bomb blast by Babar Khalsa. It is a pro-Khalistan activist. In fact, this Talvinder Singh Parmar, who the Canada refused to hand over to India, he is a mastermind behind it. Again, this killed a lot of Canadian nationals as well as British nationals. Only some 24 to 25 Indian people got killed. This is one of the worst terrorist attack in Canada itself. This also hurted them. But still, you see, as I told you, this new Democratic Party under Jagmeet Singh, as of now, which is having a sway over the Liberal Party, who's been headed by Justin Trudeau, that party also endorsed the Khalistani referendum. This is also again creating a lot of ripples there. Yes. How to overcome it? So what is the way forward? So Henry Kissinger, the US official, says, in politics there are no permanent friends and there are no permanent enemies. But you have to know when we have to make them enemies, when we have to make them as friends. So the only way as of now to survive in this uncertain world is to make sure that we are making the best out of each country. So what is the way forward? The only way forward is bilateral negotiations. Yes, in fact, the Canada went to USA, and USA they have something called Five Eyes Alliance, Five Eyes Intelligence. It is an intelligence network which consists of US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Even that intelligence network says that there may be the hand of India in this killing. But beyond all this thing, the only way is with US as a mediator, both India and Canada can sit together and they can solve the issue. They have to backtrack the diplomatic relations. Yes, all the severed diplomatic relations, the diplomats who have been called back, they have to be sent to their concerned country. India and Canada can show to the whole world that even though they have problem, they can come back and they can show that what are the ways and how the gap can be utilized for backtracking the same relationship again. Because this is an era of complex interdependence. In the era of complex interdependence, whether you like it or not, you are forced to cooperate with each other. That is the only way. And you see cooperation to overcome Khalistan extremism. Again, India and Canada has to cooperate with each other, because we have seen the Kanishka air bombing, that pro-Khalistani activities are hurting not only India but also Canada. So it is better they both share the same kind of interest. And you see exhibiting soft power influence, India, rather than using hard stance, they can use the soft power. How? By more and more sending Indians there, and by showing the cultural influence there. And diplomatic channels at various levels has to be backtracked. Then strengthening internal security architecture. Yes, we have to make sure that the fire in the Canada is put out, but the reason for the fire in India, we have to make sure that the citizens of Punjab and the people of the Punjab, they are not fall prey for this pro-Khalistan activities. We have to make sure first we are making sure the problem is contained in our home country. That we have to do. and then finally long-term cooperation with each other. That is the only way. Yes. For more of this content, I hope you like this video. So don't forget to subscribe for our channel. For more of this content, you can visit our website www.nationaldefense.in and you can visit our channel in YouTube also. Thank you. Jai Hind.